You've had like phenomenal guests. You talk about Jordan Belfort. I'm super curious about that one. How did that outreach happen? How did you get him on? That's just nuts in itself. Like everyone knows who Jordan Belfort is.
That was so that's when I was running it with my buddy. His name's Ryan Warner. And we were running the podcast together, and I enjoy prospecting. He is just a nut. Like he's a nut job. He loves it. And so he got Belfort's assistant's email and phone number somehow. I don't know how. And he was just prospecting her like it was someone he was trying to sell to at Salesforce. And one day he caught her on like a Saturday morning. He emailed her and she responded. And she's like, the only time, he can do it is in the next few months is today at like 1:00 or something. So we're like, oh shit, today. And I remember we went to my office at the time because like we had to get out of the apartment. We had to like, get serious. And we were calling like our friends that were in sales, like, holy shit, we're going to talk to the Wolf of Wall Street. Like, what do we ask him? Remember we got a beer to kind of like settle the nerves a little bit. And it was very cool. I mean, we'll keep in context, like it's very cool. And he is, there's no doubt in my mind. He's like a genius. He's very, very smart. He used his powers for evil, right? Like he fucked over, I don't know if I can swear, but I've already sworn twice.
Swear, please.
He fucked over a lot of people. And so like, I'm not endorsing his values by any means, but he had a lot of good nuggets about entrepreneurship, about sales, about the mentality that he went from being dirt poor growing up to extremely wealthy. And then I think it's also interesting just to learn about like, well, what happened that made it all kind of like fall down? Like, because it's kind of a story that you want to learn from and not do that, right? You want to take what's helpful to you and, to try to build a business and try to build yourself up and learn from failure. And then you want to avoid the things that led him to, ruin in the end. So, but he was just crazy, man. He was like cussing. He was talking about what it was like in an average day in like 1988 for him, which was like, just like the movie, which I'm sure everyone's seen, like wake up, like, take an upper, take a downer, have a Quaalude, work for 3 hours, 9 to 12, then go out, have a 4 martini lunch, take a couple more pills.
Oh my God.
The motivational speech at the end of the day, go out, get, blitz drunk at night and do it all over the next day. And he's like, I did that every single day I think he's sober now. I'm quite confident, but he did that every day for years. And so it's just,
nuts.
It's crazy that the movie is very much true. I think there's some exaggerated parts, but it's very much true. A lot of it, which is just, it's crazy.
Yeah, that is nuts. I mean, when he got on the podcast, was it like, holy shit, like we're like, you're in the wolf den now. Like,
yeah, it's funny. It's in like, just from the initial thing he said was, I remember, cause he lives in, on the, like, I think Manhattan Beach in California, which is, only multi-millionaires.
Yeah, the money.
Like, top real estate. And he's like, he's got this thick, like New Jersey accent. He's like, hold on, let me shut my window. Like I'm right on the beach. Like I got this fucking sick balcony. Like, let me shut it. And it's just like, wow, this guy's like, he is what he is. It's like, he's just like, he would, he just is what he is. So he said some hilarious things. Again, I want to like reiterate that's not my jam. In terms of like, trying to like force sales down people's throat and they buy or they die. Like I think all that stuff's bullshit. But it was certainly a hell of an hour. Just a great experience to have.
And then afterwards, did you celebrate with a 4 martini lunch?
If I had a 4 martini lunch, I wouldn't be able to drive for 3 days. So no, I didn't, but yeah, it's crazy. All the stories are crazy.